Whatever she was, I still love her, and I want to see her again. Please bring her back to me. I want to suffer and be embarrassed for her. I want to lose her and find her again.
And to hate her. And comfort her again afterwards like a child. I want to struggle. I want to suffer. I want to accept. I want to live.
Of course you'll live.
The mistakes, the failure, the new beginnings, with the shame.
Yes, goodbye. You'll find her there on the platform, waiting for you eternally. You remember the one condition?
Yes.
Say it aloud. If you forget it, I can't help you.
I mustn't look at her until morning.
Won't be easy.
I even look at her once before daybreak. I lose her again forever.
You're not asking how or why anymore, are you?
No.
Goodbye. We can start all over again from the beginning, and don't thank me. I'll be seeing you.
Are you there?
Yes, darling. What took you so long?
Oh, let me come and bring you back. But I mustn't look at you.
Yes, I know they told me.
Here. We can wait here for the dawn. When the waitress comes at daybreak, we'll be free. We'll order some coffee and something to eat. You'll be alive again. You haven't been too cold.
That's been the worst. It's been terribly cold. But I'm not allowed to tell you anything. I can only tell you what happened up to the accident. After that, I can't tell you a thing.
Are you comfortable?
Yes, perfectly.
Put my coat on.
Do you remember the waitress from the ballet roost?
Yes. We'll see her again.
Oh, how great it is to be alive again. It's as if we're starting over. Are you good, nasty? What's your name?
Orpheus, and yours.
Eurydice. Only this time we've been warned. I'm sorry. You must have been frightened.
Yes. But when I saw you lying downstairs in the van, it all stopped. I wasn't frightened anymore. It was as if you were asleep.
No, I was running. If only you knew how fast I was running. You were miserable.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
It doesn't matter.
They brought me back to the hotel. It must have been because they found my letter. The letter I'd written to you. Did you get it?
No. It must be at the police station.
Oh. Do you think they'll read it?
Possibly.
How could they? How could they read what I wrote for you? Some fat man with a dirty mind, fat and self-satisfied. He's sure to laugh at my suffering. It makes me feel as if I'm standing naked in front of a stranger.
Maybe they haven't even opened it.
No, I didn't get time to seal it. I was just going to when the truck crashed into us.
What were you doing on the bus to Cleveland?
Running away.
Then you did get the letter from Dulac.
Yes, that's why I left.
Why didn't you show me the letter when I got back?
I couldn't.
What did it say?
It said to meet him on the 8:12 train or he'd come and get me himself.
And that's why you left.
Yes, I was a coward. I didn't want to be there.
Was he your lover?
Did he say that? I knew he'd say that and that you'd believe him. He's been chasing me for a long time now and he hates me. I knew he'd say that. I was afraid.
Why didn't you tell me yesterday when I asked you to tell me everything? Why didn't you say he'd been your lover?
Because he wasn't.
Eurydice, it'd be better to tell me everything, now, no matter what happens.
What do I have to say to make you believe me?
I don't know, that's the worst part of it. I don't know if I'm ever going to believe you.
Eurydice. So I won't have to wonder later. When you tell me even the simplest things, tell me the truth now.
Even if it's awful, even if it will hurt me. It can't hurt any more than the air. I can hardly breathe since I've known you lied to me. If it's too difficult, don't answer. But please don't lie.
Was he telling me the truth?
No, he was lying.
You were never his.
Never!
If you were lying, it would be easy to tell. Only Your eyes are as clear as pools of water at night.
But when you're lying or unsure of yourself, a dark green circle forms around your pupil.
Darling, it'll soon be dawn, and you'll be able to turn around and look at me. Don't say a word. Don't think. Just let your hand love me. Everything will become so easy if you just let your hand love me. Don't say a word.
You think that's what happiness is?
Yes, your hand is happy right now. It doesn't ask anything more of me than to be there, quiet and warm beneath it. Don't ask anything more of me either. We're in love. We're young. We're going to live. Agree to be happy, please.
I can't.
If you love me, you'll agree.
I can't.
Well, then at least be quiet.
I can't do that either.
Not all the words have been said yet, and they all must be said, one after the other. We must go to the end, word by word, and there's a lot of them to say.
Darling, please be quiet.
Aren't you listening? There's a swarm of them all around us. Dulac's words. Your words. My words. Everybody's words. All the words that have brought us here. The words of all the people who stared at us as if we're animals being led to market. And those that haven't even been said yet, but are here, attracted by the smell of the others. The most banal, the most vulgar, the most detestable. We're going to say them. We're going to say them. They always have to be said.
No, darling.
All right, enough of words. We've been choked with words since yesterday. I've got to look at you.
Wait. Don't turn around. Don't look at me. We have to get through the night. It'll soon be morning and everything will become simple again. They'll bring us coffee and sweet rolls.
It's too long until morning. It's too long to wait until we're old.
No, darling, please, don't turn around. Don't look at me. Let me live. You're terrible, you know. Terrible as an angel. Maybe I'm not the woman you wanted me to be. The woman you made up in the happiness of that first day. But you can feel me, can't you? I'm here. I'm warm. I'm sweet. And I love you. I'll give you all the happiness I can give. But you can't ask me for more than I can give. Don't turn around! Don't look at me! I want to live so badly.
Live! Like your mother and her lover? Maybe. With their cooing, simpering, affected nonsense. A good meal, a little cuddling, and everything's better. I love you too much for life.
Did that man hold you? Did he touch you with those hands of his?
Yes,
How long have you been his?
for a year.
And you were with him the night before you met me?
Yes. He called me into his room after the show. We threw a scene. We threw the same scene every time.
What scene?
He threatened to fire me each time.
The fool! She loses everything. I won't have such a moron in my company.
You have to understand, darling. She was all alone with her 10-year-old brother. Where could have they gone?
But sir, I take care of all the baggage and all the scenery for the entire company. Get it right.
She's a half-wit, I tell you, a half-wit.
Well, you're always yelling at her. Maybe if you spoke to her quietly, she'd understand. Now listen, Louisa.
I'm listening, Eurydice.
Now listen, it's very easy. You get to the station where we make our connection, and you get off of the train as quick as you can and run to the baggage car. You count the trunks to make sure they haven't forgotten one.
But they all come with their baggage, and they tell me to watch theirs. The platform is full of people rushing by.
But don't let them get away. Run after them.
But I can't watch the luggage if I run after them. I'll never get it right. I wish I could just quit.
She's a moron, I tell you, she's a moron. This time it's settled. She's through at Chicago.
Well, you're always yelling at her. How do you expect her to understand if you do?
She'll never understand. I tell you, she's a loser. In Chicago, she's out of the company. That's that.
Please, Mr. Dulac. I don't know what I'll do if you fire me. I've got my brother to take care of. Please.
You're fired, I tell you, you're fired.
I promise I'll arrange things so nothing gets lost.
I know your promises. No, she's incompetent. Fired. Get out.
Al, I promise you'll be more careful. I promise.
Yeah, you're always promising, but you don't always keep your promise.
No.
If I agree to keep her on, you'll be good to me?
Yes.
That's what you wanted, admit it.
No!
Yes, you did, sweetheart. You're not going to tell me you fell for that scene all year.
Don't pretend to be so damned clever.
Don't pretend to be so damn stupid. You're not a stupid girl. Did you really believe in that scene for a whole year?
What do you mean?
The threat became a pretense. I played it so you could save your shabby pride, let you pretend you had to follow me, and I'd admit that you enjoyed it.
You mean it wasn't true? You wouldn't have fired her.
Hell no.
And that's how it happened. I know you don't want to look at me.
I'll always see you with his hands on you. I'll always see you the way he described you in the hotel room.
Yes.
A girl like Eurydice has to have her little
He
amusements.
said that? I did.
Well, at least defend yourself. Why won't you?
How can I defend myself? Should I lie? I am slovenly, it's true. I am cowardly. I am lazy.
That's not true.
How would you know, Louisa?
I know you're not cowardly because you defended me. And I know you're not lazy because you helped me with the luggage for 6 hours at a stretch.
What? You got up in the morning to help this ignoramus?
Yes.
Who'd have guessed?
But it's true, isn't it, Louisa? Go on, Eurydice, defend yourself.
What she says is true. But what Delac says is also true. It's wrong.
Yes. It's wrong.
The people we've known have become the authors of us. The words we've spoken are still on our lips.
Miss? Miss?
I'm sorry, ma'am. I don't know you.
I'm the filing clerk from the police station, ma'am. You haven't seen me before.
Then you must have my letter. Please give it back to me.
That's not possible, miss.
What's a big fat dirty cop reading it?
I can assure you that won't happen, miss. I knew right away a man like the chief couldn't. I took it out of the file. The case is closed. No one will ever know. I have it with me. I read it every night when I'm alone. But it's different for me.
Darling, I'm on the bus and you're waiting for me. I know I'm never coming back to you and I'm miserable. Miserable for you. People on the bus who are looking at me, they think it's sad I'm crying. I hate tears, they're so dumb. Rather not cry, I'm too sad for it. I'm going away, darling. I've been afraid since yesterday when you heard me say it's rough when I was sleeping. A man is coming. He sent a letter to me. I've never mentioned him to you, but he's been my lover too. Don't believe I loved him. You'll see. No one could love him. But I didn't think much of myself then. I didn't love you. I don't know if you'll ever understand. But I'm going away because I'm so ashamed.
Forgive me.
Don't worry, darling.
Eurydice!
I'll never understand why they always have to make everything so sad.
I've always said, with a little love, with a little success, life can be wonderful.
A little love, a lot of it. The girl thinks she's invented it all with her musician. But we adored each other too, didn't we? We often considered suicide. Remember the time I wanted to end it all by taking vinegar?
But you grabbed the wine instead.
strongly enough to die for it.
Did we? Are we dead?
Morning, sir. Can I help you?
Orpheus, is that you? I didn't take the train to Kansas City. Too crowded. And, coffee. Could use some myself. Wonderful evening. Good companionship. Slept like a prince. She loses something for the day that nice figure, but vulnerable. Are you coming with me?
Yes.
Good boy. We'll splurge when we get to the next town. Have a first-rate meal. It's a good thing I didn't hawk your axe. Want to play? Four courses, cigars afterwards. Could I use a cigar?
Allow me.
What? What? Thanks. Hey, thanks. This must have cost a pretty penny.
Oh, it did.
What's a girl like you doing with cigars?
I'm a traveling salesman of sorts.
Big business?
Oh, yeah.
I gotcha. Softens up the customers. The right minute, you pull out a Havana, ask him if he smokes. He accepts, and bingo, it's all set up. If only I'd been in business. Didn't you ever? Come on, snap out of it. Look, give the kid a cigar. When you're down in the dumps, there's nothing like a good Havana. Well, he's choosing.
You've got to go back with your father, Orpheus.
Of course he does. I was just telling you so.
You ought to listen to your father.
Look, I know what it's like. I've been through it too. I lost the girl I loved from Dubuque. Creature of fire. She died in a week. Bronchitis. I sobbed like a kid at her funeral. They had to take me to a bar afterwards. Now, it's bound to be rough at first, but one fine day, this is how it took me. You wake up, you take a bath, you put on a shirt, the sun shines, you walk down the street, and bingo, the girls. They're pretty again. We're sly dogs, we men. Terribly sly.
Listen carefully, Orpheus.
Now, I'm not saying you take the first one you meet. We're not animals. And it's bound to be a little rough when you first start talking. And you'll say that you're lonely and you're lost. And it's all true. It'll all be sincere. Imagine how a line like that can sway a girl. You'll say I'm just an old dog, but I was using the same line 10 years later.
Stop it, Dad!
Why do you want him to stop? He's talking like life talks. He's saying what you will see in every eye if you get up and try to live again. But you can still have your Eurydice. The Eurydice of your first meeting. Eternally young. Eternally herself.
No.
Why not?
I don't want to die.
Then
can listen to your father. He can tell you about life.
Life is wonderful. It's a question of willpower. Everything in life is a question of willpower.
Oh, you see how simple it is, Orpheus?
You're unhappy now, but you're young. You should be ambitious. Don't you want to be a millionaire? Money. Money. But that's life, son. Imagine yourself very rich. And the women, son, think of love. Blondes, brunettes, redheads, peroxides. All for you. You're the Sultan. Just lift your finger. That one. And she's yours. And then it's a row of enchanted nights. Passion, cries, bites, crazy kisses, or in the back room on the couch from 5 to 7. Sensations. Experience all of life's sensations. And then, where will your grief be? Gone. Up in smoke. Life is wonderful.
You see how it is, Orpheus?
And I suffer. I've drunk life's cup to its knees. If you can imagine how heavy the weight of a lifetime can be on a man's shoulders. Then, you get a good cigar like this. What aroma. Did you hear that the girls that make these roll them on their thighs? What was I saying?
About the weight of a lifetime.
What do you mean, weight of a lifetime?
About how heavy the weight of a lifetime can be on a man's shoulders.
Oh, yeah. If you knew how heavy the weight of a lifetime can be. Well, it's heavy. Real heavy. Roll on their thighs, they say.
You've been listening to your father, Orpheus? Fathers are always right. Even silly fathers. Life is made in such a way that silly fathers know as much, sometimes even more than clever fathers. Supposing life held in store a day when you would find yourself beside a living Eurydice, alone.
No.
Yes. One day or another, in a year, 5 years, 10 years, if you like, without ever ceasing to love her, you'd realize you didn't want Eurydice, and she didn't want you either.
No.
Yes. It might even be as stupid as this. You might even become the man who had been unfaithful to Eurydice.
Never!
Why such a protest? For my sake or yours? Look at your father, Orpheus. He's snoring. Look at him. He is ugly and pathetic. He has lived. Who knows? Maybe he wasn't always as stupid as he seemed just now. Maybe there was a moment when he climbed the heights of love and beauty. And look at him now, clinging to existence. You say that the wear and tear on a face is the fear of death. Oh, how wrong they can be. It's the fear of life. Take a good look at it. And remember Eurydice is late.
Where? What must I do?
Put on your coat. It's chilly. And go out of the station. Follow the tracks till you come to a grove of willows. She'll be there at 7 o'clock, and don't keep her waiting.
I'll see her.
Oh, right away.
Good. Goodbye.
Oh, goodbye, kid.
He agrees?
Yes, he agrees.
Oh, very good.
He's coming.
Excuse me, ma'am. I've got to fix up this table. Thought I heard you talking to someone.
Oh, just talking to myself.
Me too. When I'm working, sometimes it's extraordinary the things you say. How's the young man?
Oh, fine.
You think he'll get over it?
Yeah, I think he's getting over it already. What time is it?
A few minutes to 7.
Will you make up my bill?
You finished in this town?
Yes. I'm leaving. What time is it now?
7.
He's there. And he can look at me?
Yes.
And he won't kill me again.
No, there's no fear of that.
Joanne. Took you so long.
Fall asleep. Hey, where is he? Where did he go? God damn it, where is he? Where's Orpheus?
He's with Eurydice. At last.